Hey guys, welcome to Mr. Matt. Today we're going to be taking a tour of my $11,000 video game collection. We're going to be going from left to right on all of my consoles and games. First console, the Sony PlayStation 1. To be honest, I got this at a garage sale, and I've never really attached to it like I have my other consoles. The PlayStation 1 just isn't my favorite. The games are okay. I mean, I do like this. It's really satisfying. I've probably only played this for about 2 hours total out of all the time I've owned this console. It's kind of just been a placeholder on the very edge of my collection for a long time. And that's where it's going to sit until the end of time. Console number 2, Super Nintendo. I love the Super Nintendo. Great games, great controller, great ASMR. You could even launch your games. Woo! Maybe don't do that. You could even put a special adapter in and play your favorite Game Boy game on the TV! What more could you want from a console? You could even play NES. You can't play NES on your Super Nintendo. What's not to love about this console? Just everything about it is Is it the most powerful Nintendo console? No. Is it the newest Nintendo console? Also no. But is it one of my favorite Nintendo consoles? Absolutely yes. You cannot go wrong with the Super Nintendo. Next console, NES. The NES was Nintendo's first home console, and you can definitely tell. This has the lowest graphics of any Nintendo console, and it's just giant and clunky. It's the only piece of gaming technology that you actually have to manually force it to work. Even if you played an NES for a little bit, you realize that the controllers feel terrible. The buttons are super mushy. And what's up with the square Nintendo? Why? Okay, let's be real. The NES is just subpar. Guess what our next console is? The Nintendo Switch. I love the Nintendo Switch. You love the Nintendo Switch. Everybody loves the Nintendo Switch. It's not the most perfect and polished Nintendo console ever, obviously. Screen could be a lot better. Controllers could be a whole lot better. Battery life could be better. And playability could be better. I mean, what's up with this stand, Nintendo? How are we supposed to stand our console up? That thing's not going to hold it. The second you put the slicer and the pressure on it, it falls. Good job! And if you play your Nintendo Switch for a few years, your Joy-Cons have come off without even pressing the button. But it does have great games. You have to pay monthly to play virtual console games like Nintendo. This was free on all the other ones up until this point. What are you thinking? Then we've got my Nintendo Switch Lite. It's a Nintendo Switch, but better. Okay, this thing is a great console, but I've also never gotten really attached to it. Same as what happened with the PS1. I mean, it is cool that you can put it horizontally and vertically, but doing that, it always sounds like there's something broken inside. And it doesn't help the fact that the only game I have for this thing is Monopoly. Don't judge me. The Xbox 360 is a point where I'm too attached to this thing to sell it, but I'm not attached enough to actually play it. And I don't have a working controller. That shows how much I play it. Woo! I cannot tell you how many times I have touched this and it's turned on. Wait, what? You just and it turns on. Great. And it just taps. There's not a button or anything. So I turn it on accidentally every day, I can say. So boop. So for a long time this thing will just sit right next to my PlayStation 2. All the consoles that have dust on them, I don't play that much. And it doesn't help the fact that the disk drive is broken, but luckily, free McBoot memory card, I can play everything off a USB, which is really slow, which is probably why I don't play. Go back to your spot, PS2, good PS2. Next console, Nintendo Wii. And I don't feel like moving this to the center of my table because there's 3 cords. Why Nintendo? Every other console, except the Wii U, has 2 cords. And that's fine. You don't need another one for the sensor bar. Just build it into your AV. Just AV sensor bar. Boom. Because it's so tiny and it's going to cut and just... But yeah, the Wii is probably my 4th favorite console. Yeah, it's good. It's cheap. Really, really cheap. You can get one of these, everything decked out for about $100. Way cheaper than some other Nintendo consoles. GameCube, Super Nintendo. So, it also has great games. You got Galaxy, New Super Mario Bros., Smash Bros. You can even have 4 games in one. 4 Mario Adventures. Yes, box art, that's definitely what this is. Even though it's just a direct copy of a Super Nintendo game. It can even play Wii U. Oh. It can't play Wii U? Again, Nintendo. The next console? The Game Boy! I love this thing. I'm still wondering, though, why Nintendo didn't put a backlight on this thing. You have to reflect it off light in order to even see it. And you might have noticed, my Game Boy a few months ago was missing a screen protector. Well, I bought a screen protector. It looks nice. It's glass. Plays Tetris good. Buttons are kind of mushy, but I can play Tetris, so it's really all that anybody remembers the Game Boy for. Tetris. I'm going to be stuck sitting here for an hour just because I turned it on. I'm not very good at Tetris. I lost. Told you I wasn't good at Tetris. 4 batteries, Nintendo? What are you trying to do? Make us broke? Our next console, you may ask? Nintendo Wii U! I love the Wii U, and I have 2 gamepads for it, and I have no idea why. Well, maybe because one was a really good deal and I didn't want to pass that up. You can't even use 2 gamepads on the Wii U. I wish you could, but that'd be really cool. The Wii U is the Wii, but better. And not that many people agreed, because it only had 13 million instead of the 100 and something million that the Wii got. Congratulations, Wii. Even though the Wii is better. And because it's a better Wii, it can also play GameCube games. Nintendo! And this thing also has 3 cords, so it's not leaving its little den. Guess what our next console is? The Nintendo GameCube. Whoop whoop. Okay, this thing isn't actually the GameCube that I play. It's this one, but again, it's attached to a bunch of little things, and I'm lazy. So, we've got GameCube, and it's nice because it has ports. What do you use the ports? I'm not really sure. Guess you can mod it with an SD card. And there's that one broadband. That's about it. And you needed 3 ports for that. Congratulations, Nintendo. You made it easier to lose pieces. But really, who doesn't love a console that's shaped like a cube? I could sit here for hours just doing this. Look at the game disc. It's so cute. And because it's a GameCube, you can play Nintendo 64. Again, Nintendo needs to work on better backwards compatibility. Back into the console you go, Nintendo 64. There goes my Mario Kart. Again. And why does it have this handle? It's not like you're going to be carrying it around like a lunchbox. Wait, that's a good idea. Can we put a sandwich in here? Our next console is the Nintendo 64. Get out of here, Wiimote. This is my Nintendo 64. It's great. I've even got a complete in-box Mario Kart 64. This happens all the... Why is it so easy to drop this? It goes nicely right behind my Nintendo 64, but whenever I want to change a game out, it does it again. I do it so many times. I'm getting a clear protective case for this thing off AliExpress. It's been 2 months. I don't know if I'm getting it, though. At least I got a deal. It was like 25 cents. Wait, you have to pay $60 just to have a little thing to give it more memory to play Donkey Kong 64 for some reason? But what if I want to play Donkey Kong 64 and I don't have $60? The game is like half that price. Nintendo. And because it's a Nintendo 64, I can play. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Everybody knows that I can't play anything else besides Nintendo 64 games. And because Nintendo 64 was right after the Super Nintendo, everybody expected there to be an eject, so everybody was surprised. Wait, is my eject broken? Oh wait, I didn't read that. Reset? Who needs a reset? Just turn it off and turn it back on. There's your reset. Congratulations, Nintendo, for your first 4-port console. Although I don't know why you choose to make it look like a kid's toy. Those are all the desk consoles. Now let's do the drawer consoles. Hey look, I'm $1 richer. This is my drawer of video games. It's really messy because I have a lot of wired controllers. Knock off Wiimote, you're dead to me. This drawer is mainly filled with a lot of controllers and accessories and boring stuff. Moving on. More drawer games! This one's a little bit more interesting. Still unorganized because I'm not very good at that, but we've got a few consoles. We've got our OG 3DS! But for real, why does this thing take so long to turn on? And look, it's dead, yay. It's been 5 minutes waiting for this thing to turn on. And that might be because I modded it. Hey, at least I have Family Kart 3D. Wow, this game is actually horrible. It's obviously Mario Kart. Goodbye, 3DS. Guess what's next? Another 3DS! Because 3DSs are cool, and I got this thing on a really good deal. It's basically where all my systems come from. The new Nintendo 3DS XL is a good console, more powerful. I don't know why it's like this. Why can't it just be flat like the original one? Why does it have to stick out where you can literally break that corner off and then just have a destroyed system? Yay, and this thing is the most expensive 3DS. Nothing could go wrong there. But the new Nintendo 3DS XL is just a little too big, I'd say. I like the new 3DS or the original 3DS better than this thing. Why is this stylus so tiny? This is where I store all my Game Boy and Game Gear games. Oh look, a 3DS game. I wonder how that got there. This is also where I keep my cartridge games. I mean, you know they're good when they're in the all the way back there. Like, oh, who could ever forget Rise of the Robots? Yeah, I've never heard of this game. I mean, really, Olympic Hockey 98 is a classic. These games could totally never be forgotten. Goodbye. Moving on in our drawer, we have a DS Lite. Hey look, this one has a bad hinge. Wouldn't be the full DS Lite experience without that. And of course it has mushy buttons. Goodbye. Last but not least, we got my game! I know it's pretty puny compared to my game store, but I still love them. I mean, who could ever forget about FIFA 2002 World Cup and Wii Music? Great games! Goodbye. Yeah, and it's true, I do have more DSs than games. Yay! Yeah, and I've got a decent selection of games. Here we got Pokemon Coliseum, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Star Fox Assault, Over the Hedge, Star Wars Clone Wars, and a few more. I even got Mario Sunshine and Mario Kart Double Dash. Best Mario Kart, boom boom. Put the Game Boy controller back and hope this thing doesn't drop. I'm gonna pick it up in the next 5 minutes, I'm guaranteed. Hiya! Now we're on the home stretch. We got Game Boy Color, best Game Boy ever, no further questions. Game Boy Advance, another good Game Boy, but not the best Game Boy ever. That goes to my Game Boy Color. I love you, Game Boy Color. Then we got the Game Boy Advance SP, and look, I got a Pokemon one, because I have Pokemon Game Boys. I like Pokemon Game Boys. I totally didn't just reshow another Game Boy to make a Pokemon Game Boy. What if I did reshow another Game Boy to make a Pokemon Game Boy? And then you got a DS Lite. I like the clamshell. They're nice. I heard if you play Mario Kart DS on an original DS, that it makes a different sound than Here We Go at the very beginning. I'll show you on another DS. Here we go! See, but I heard if you do that on a DS clamshell, that it makes a different sound. So, I don't think that's true. Okay, so let's load up Mario Kart DS, and it's supposed to say something like Yahoo instead of Here We Go. But I don't think that's true. Wait, what? Whoa!